What up, world? How we doing? Thursday, motivation and inspiration. Shout out to everybody that's up going to work, going to school, getting them beautiful babies up. My people already at the job site, and my people on the other side of the world on their way to bed. I love you all. It's a little gloomy today, but since we ain't got the light, I'm gonna be the light. You did? Off the top, what's 5 things you're grateful for? Go. Gotta start your day with gratitude. You gotta control how this thing goes. Thoughts are things. A book I was listening to this morning is titled TNT, It Rocks the Earth by Claude Bristol. I recommend you check that book out. A lot of valuable information in there. And so much wisdom is hidden in these books, and that's why we're so distracted with these new age apps. Just everything is for entertainment. Nothing is for learning, for wisdom, for growth, for development. And I'm obsessed with that. And on this gloomy Thursday morning, I wanted to give a shout out to all my people that are uncomfortable or that are currently in uncomfortable situations. Because that's when you really get to grow. That's when you get to see what you're made of and become the best version of yourself. Spark the brightest ideas. You know, they make you think that in the Great Depression, everybody got broke, but a lot of people started their businesses during that time. All it takes is one idea, and we all got the power to think. But when you're in a comfortable situation, you ain't trying to better yourself. When you're comfortable, man, you look around and it's easy to get complacent. When you're uncomfortable, man, you look inside yourself and figure out who you are and what you made of. For myself, it's the small things. My children crying when I gotta leave out the door. On God, everything in me want to turn back around and say, all right, what's up? You want daddy to hold you? You want to play the game? What you want to do? But I know as a man, I have to get out and provide. As a lot of men, way before me, been doing. But that's an uncomfortable situation to leave your child crying and walk away from your child. But knowing you got to. And whether that's you got to go to jail for some time or you got to go to rehab. I remember being a kid and my parents going to rehab. Funny story, when I used to work for UPS, I was riding with the driver and we was riding past the halfway house. And he was like, hey, that's where all the smokers got to go to get fixed. And I was like, yeah, I used to be in there with my mama. And he kind of just looked and I said, bro, it ain't nothing offensive. It's cool. They was on drugs. It's all right. No one ever hears from the children of the people that are strung out on drugs, of the people that are passed out, pissy drunk. And we assume that if you're a child and you grow up in those environments that you're going to turn out the same way. No, I mean, you can if you want to, I guess, if you don't have a strong enough will or a strong enough connection to Christ and to God, which they say God protects fools and babies, and I was both for a while. As a lot of people watching this video. And now that I've been blessed to be enlightened at such a young age too, I feel really, really healthy. Someone said the other day, I look like I'm 20, but I talk like I'm 50. I think that's a compliment. I'm not sure how you would perceive that, but man, the more I learn I have a lot to learn. And the world is a lot bigger than the media would ever allow me to know. But through these videos, man, I've met some pretty interesting people. I've found some pretty dope music that I probably never in a million years would have been exposed to. And I look forward to see what the future holds, because the future is bright. You know, the world wants you to have anxiety, depression, be all sad and negative in a state of doom and gloom. Oh my God, it's over. No, it's not, baby. It ain't over till the man upstairs say it over. If we got air in our body, we here to fight another day. Ain't that what Pop say? You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day. That's when Craig about to have a strap, but he put the strap down and smacked Debo with the brick. That's you. You gotta grab a brick and smack the hell out of life. Leave me alone. Stop messing with me, damn it. You gotta get tired of being tired. And I know when I got to that point, I look back now and I'm grateful for every hardship. Because if you're never uncomfortable, how do you grow? Like I want freedom, not for myself, but for when my children cry, I can cancel all my plans that day and spend time with my kids. Not that guy, that's the type of freedom I want. A lot of people want to be famous and they want stardom. I want to be able to spend as much time with my children as they want. If they want to go shoot around in the middle of the day, let's do it. If they want to go play laser tag, let's do it. Because when the parents ain't there, they influenced by the world. And for some reason, I don't know why, but we stopped letting everyone know that your first priority, your highest priority is to be a great parent. Yeah, you could be an NBA player, an NFL player, a rapper, ball player, doctor, dentist, lawyer. But the minute you have a child, that child is number one in your life. And I'm not saying that as somebody who was rich when they became a parent. I was 20 years old. But that little girl changed everything about me. The way I talked, the way I walked, the food I ate, the places I went. My little girl was my reason for growing up. And if you're watching this video, you may not have a child, but you have to have a reason to better yourself. Hell, you need to be your own reason. We all got to look in the mirror and be proud of what we see. And if you're not, you got the power to change it. Mike Jack said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. And I started with myself, and it's having a domino effect on everybody around me. My children, my children's friends, my wife, my mother-in-law. Now, the people who want to reject your growth, they will. Not everybody gonna like you when you become a better person, when you start setting boundaries, when you start realizing that you was a people pleaser. Because it's really easy to fall into these groups that the world creates because you want to stand on the right side and you want to be an ally, you don't want to offend nobody. But I think we all can agree, when you compromise yourself to appease other people, you slowly feel yourself down on the inside. Shout out Kevin Gates. It's been an amazing journey. And we all suffer all the way to the top. So it ain't saying we gonna get up there with and it's gonna be a cakewalk. No, man, you gotta fight, blood, sweat, and tears to get where you wanna be. But if you listening to that person, and listen to that person, listen to that person, how you gonna listen to that voice inside of you? That spiritual connection. They say all a man's problems come because he can't sit alone for 30 minutes by himself. Most people run from their own thoughts. I encourage you to embrace your thoughts. Embrace that dark side. And whether you gotta cry, laugh, scream, go on a walk, write it all down, then tear it up, whatever it is. But we gotta stop letting things sit inside of us so they manifest into diseases and all kind of other things. We gotta watch what we eat, watch what we drink, watch the things we say. Proverbs 18:21 is real. I'm speaking life over everybody who happened to watch this video. Wisdom, blessings, and tons of abundance your way to everybody around you. Because the same effort that it takes to speak life into people, it's the same effort saying, first off, fuck your bitch, and to click you claim. And as an individual, when I turn on this camera, I ain't trying to bring nobody down. Do what you do, but watch my shoes. And I hope it's a domino effect of people who watch this content like, damn, you know what, that's right, man. I really can speak life into people. It don't hurt you, it don't do nothing. But I think we all individually know it's a lot of broken people in this world. We all got somebody in our family that's dealing with something, whether they an alcoholic, or they spend all their money on weed, or it's a chick that she homeless, but her hair stay done, nails stay done, toes stay on fleek, but her pH balance is off. Whether it's a girl who we know she need to get her life together and stop messing with men and take care of her kids. Whether it's a dude we know he need to man up and be a better father. We all know these individuals around us. So be an example. Be the change you wish to see. I'm such a great father because I want all my homies to know it ain't no excuses. I got 2 baby mamas. I got a wife. If you care about your children, you gotta make it work. You know, something that I did uniquely is all my children have my initials, JC. Because in a world where so many, and you can't even say black boys at this point, because all boys, it's a lot of them growing up not ever knowing their father. I didn't want my children to go through that. You gonna have daddy's initials because you gonna know where you come from. I ain't ever ran from my responsibility. I ain't ever tried to make no baby and run away from taking care of it. I was at the hospital when every one of my kids was born. Signed every birth certificate. You make that bed, you gotta lay in it. That's what a man does. And I want to set that example to the world. I've seen a lot of people telling young boys to get vasectomies and all that, and it's like, dude, chill. You can't just learn sexual discipline. It was at some point I had to look at myself and say, well, Johnny, you know why you keep having all these kids, right? It wasn't out in the world. It's their fault. They keep opening my legs, so I keep falling inside of it. I had to be accountable for myself and for my actions. And that's all I try to share with the world. I don't tell you got to live the life I live, that you need to be married. I don't think marriage is for everybody. It's a hell of a sacrifice. Being a parent is a hell of a sacrifice. A lot of things come with the responsibility of life. But it's responsibility of you being an adult and only have to take care of yourself. It's a responsibility of having a dog or having a cat, of being somebody's boyfriend, of being somebody's girlfriend, of being an employee at a job, of being a CEO. Life is all about responsibility. It's up to you to decide how much you want to handle. I feel like my shoulders can handle a lot. You know, them men back in the day, bro, they used to have 25 kids, work on a farm for 14 hours, and was in fantastic shape. You know, I feel like I come from that lineage of men, them warriors, them gladiators. I've been through so much hardship that I couldn't imagine having an easy life. And I'm sure it's a lot of people that watch this content that's starting to click to them as well, that everything you've been through, stop and realize how much tougher it's made you. You look at your individual life. We all was kids where we used to have anxiety and fears and worries. But when you stop and look back, damn, I overcame that. I remember when that was a big deal to me. It was on my mind every day. I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about it. Now it's gone. I've been there. I remember dreading getting them papers that I was going to be on child support and having my first child support hearing. And then you fast forward, I done got took off of child support and I got the kids live with me. How many men can say that? But I stopped watering that flower. Thoughts are things. And what you put energy into, it must come back. So a lot of us got to learn to stop watering flowers that we need to just let die. And when you stop watering it, that don't mean it die right away. But eventually it dies. Give it time. Put your energy into productive things and watch what happens. That's why I purposely share my stories, because I don't want to just be selling wolf dreams and no, this is really me. And there's a lot of men out there that know what it's like to get that child support papers, that know what it's like to see your check stub, like what the, and then they hoe you because automatically when you start off on child support, you're already in the rear because it took 2 or 3 months for them to have the hearing and to decide what the amount is going to be. The first full year that my boys was living with me, I still was paying child support for a whole year. So when I say be uncomfortable, I know what it's like. But it made me a better person. It made me a better man. It gave me wisdom that I'm grateful for the wisdom that I have at this young age. But I don't learn if I don't have children with 3 different women. You know, my perspective is so big and so bright because of all the trials and tribulations. A lot of people, when they hear that I have dead children or they hear that my mother overdosed, they want to say, man, I'm sorry that you've been through so much. Man, that's a superpower for me. I feel like I got Superman's cape on with a big old S on me. Like, I've buried children. I've went shopping for baby caskets. I had to pick out what outfit 2 of my sons was going to wear for the last time. If I can handle that, I can handle anything. I don't care who the president is. I don't care who make a offensive statement. Man, I didn't really went through the fire. I paid my mama's rent up until the time she died. I still remember driving to Lawrence A. Jones on Linwood, making that deposit for my mama to be cremated. If I can survive that, what can't I survive? And you individually watching this content, because I love to throw it back at y'all. If you still got your mama, you blessed. But it's something you've been through. You may have not buried children, but something bad. You may have had a car accident. You may have been, I seen somebody left a comment the other day that said they was engaged for 9 years and their fiance just smashed out on them. Everybody goes through something where they feel like they heart was just ripped out and that was the end. And I'm telling you, God's not done with you. But you got to be able to look at it and see what you learned from it. No matter what negative happens, no matter how bad it is, you got to be able to find a positive seed inside of it. Because if not, it'll just let you sit in doom and gloom. That ain't healthy for nobody. Feeling is a Secret by Neville Goddard. Check out that book. It talks about when we let negative frequencies sit on us. Energy and motion, it needs to move. So you gotta get it out, whether it's writing it down, running, walking. You gotta get the energy moving. You've never worked out and at the end of that workout say, man, I regret doing that. Really wish I wouldn't have done it. It'll never happen because it always puts you in a better mood. And we have to find things that purposely put us in a good mood because we know the world wants to put us in a bad mood. The food is low vibrational. The algorithms are low vibrational. The mainstream TV shows are low vibrational. It wants you down there so it can catch what's on that frequency. But when you up here, you above all that. The sky's the limit. Shout out Wheezy. And like I said, man, we all know what we've been through, but we all know how great it's made us, how much wisdom we've gained from it. And so don't look at being uncomfortable as a negative thing or a bad thing. Know that it's a part of your growth. It's a part of you evolving. Pokemon style. You know how when you watch Pokemon evolve, they like shaking, and they go, and then it just, that's you. You Pikachu becoming Raichu. You Charmander becoming Charmeleon, and then Charizard. Even better yet, you Magnecar becoming Gyarados. Real big and strong in this thing, colossal. But we got to understand there's a lot of people who want to be Snorlax. They don't want to embrace their greatness. They don't want to grow. They don't want to learn. They don't want to be educated. So you got let the dead bury the dead and find your tribe. Find your like-minded individuals that want to become better people. Because they are out here. I'm shocked on how big this channel is, and I look forward to all of us keep growing and learning and collectively sharing knowledge and wisdom with each other. But on this gloomy Thursday, it's gloomy here. I'm not sure what it's like where you at. I'm sure the sun may be shining or it may be raining. Whatever it is, though. But shine that light inside you. We all have something special to give this world. And I'm going to say it over and over and over because the enemy ain't going to stop attacking. So I ain't going to stop throwing my punches either. You know what I'm saying? It's a war. And I'm doing my part in this thing called life. But shine your light. Believe in yourself. You can do anything. You can accomplish anything. No matter what yesterday was like, last week was like, no matter who called you this morning with some negative news or what text message you got, shake it off. Mariah Carey said, shake it off. But have a super mega awesome day. Never be too proud to pray. And smile and be happy because you got to always know blessings are on the way, baby. I love you all. Peace.